Om Sai Ram. Devotees, now with the blessings of Shirdi Sai Baba, let us begin chapter 6 of Sai Satcharitra, part 1. In this chapter, we will be learning about the Navami Festival, how it is being celebrated in Shirdi, and the Masjid repairs. The subtopics are Efficacy of the touch of Guru's hand, Navami Festival, its origin, transformation, etc., repairs to the Masjid. So let's begin. Before describing Navami Festival and Masjid repairs, the author makes some preliminary remark about Sadguru as follows. Efficacy of the touch of a Guru's hand. Where real or Sadguru is the helmsman, he is sure to carry us safely and easily beyond the worldly ocean. The word Sadguru brings to mind Sai Baba. He appears to me as if standing before me and applying Udi, that is the sacred ashes, to my forehead and placing his hand of blessing on my head. Then joy fills my heart and love overflows through my eyes. Wonderful is the power of the touch of Guru's hand. The subtle body that is consisting of thoughts and desire, which cannot be burned by the world dissolving fire, is destroyed by the mere touch of the Guru's hands, and the sins of my past birth are clean and washed away. Even the speech of those whose heads feel annoyed when they hear religious and godly talks attains calmness. The seeing of Sai Baba's handsome form chokes our throat with joy, makes the eyes overflowing with tears, and overwhelms the heart with emotions. It awakens in us, I am He, the Brahman. The consciousness manifests the joy of self-realization and dissolving the distinctions of I and Thou. Then and there makes us one with the Supreme, that is one reality. When I begin scriptures, at every step I am reminded of my Sadguru, and Sai Baba assumes the form of Rama or Krishna and makes me listen to his life. For instance, when I sit to listen to Bhagavat, Sai becomes Krishna from top to toe, and I think he sings the Bhagavat or Uddhava Gita, that is a song of teachings by Lord Shri Krishna to his disciple Uddhava, for the welfare of the devotees. When I begin to chit-chat, I am at once put in mind of Sai's stories for enabling me to give suitable illustrations. When I myself start to write anything, I cannot compose a few words or sentences. But when he of his own accord makes me write, I go on writing and writing, and there's no end to it. When the disciple's egoism props up, he presses it down with his hand and giving him his own power, makes him gain his object, and thus satisfies and blesses him. If anyone prostrates before Sai and surrenders heart and soul to him, then unsolicited, all the chief objects of his life is dharma, that is righteousness, artha, that is wealth, kama, that is desire, and moksha, that is deliverance, all are easily and unsolicitedly attained. 4 parts, that is of karma, jnana, yoga, and bhakti, lead us separately to God. Of these, the path of bhakti is thorny and full of pits and ditches, and thus difficult to traverse. But if you, relying on your Sadguru, avoid the pits and thorns and walk straight, it will take you to the destination, that is God. So says definitely Sai Baba. After philosophizing about the self-existent Brahman, his power, that is Maya, to create this world and the world created, and stating that all these three are ultimately one and the same, the author quotes Sai Baba's words, guaranteeing the welfare of the bhaktas. Baba says, there will never be any dearth or scarcity regarding food and clothes in any devotee's homes. It is my special characteristics that I always look to and provide for the welfare of those devotees who worship me wholeheartedly with their minds ever fixed on me. Lord Krishna has also said the same in the Gita. Therefore, strive not much for food and clothes. If you want anything, beg of the Lord, leave worldly honors, try to get Lord's grace and blessings, and be honored in His court. Do not be deluded by worldly honor. The form of the deity should be firmly fixed in the mind. Let all the senses and mind be ever devoted to the worship of the Lord. Let there be no attraction for any other thing. Fix the mind in remembering me always, so that it will not wander elsewhere towards body, wealth, and home. Then it will be calm, peaceful, and carefree. This is the sign of the mind being well engaged in good company. If the mind is vagrant, it cannot be called well merged. After quoting these words, the author goes on to relate the story of Navami Festival in Shirdi. As Ramanavami is the greatest festival celebrated at Shirdi, another fuller account, as published in Sai Leela magazine of 1925, page 197, is also referred to, and a summary of the festival as related in both these accounts is attempted here. Now let us see the origin of Ramanavami festival. One Mr. Gopal Rao Gund was a circle inspector at Kopargaon. He was a great devotee of Baba. He had 3 wives but had no issue. With Sai Baba's blessing, a son was born to him. In the joy that he felt regarding the event, an idea of celebrating a fair or urus occurred to him in the year 1897, and he placed it for consideration before other Shirdi devotees, viz. Tatya Patil, Dada Kote Patil, and Madhavra Deshpande, that is Shama. They all approved of the idea and got Sai Baba's permission and blessings. Then an application for getting the collector's sanction for celebrating the urus was made. But as the village Kulkarni reported against holding the fair, the sanction was refused. But as Sai Baba has blessed it, they tried again and ultimately succeeded in getting the collector's sanction. The day for the urus was fixed on the Ram Navami day after having consultation with Sai Baba. It seems he had some end in view in this was the unification of the 2 fairs of festival, the urus and the Ram Navami, and the unification of the 2 communities, the Hindus and the Mohammedans. As future events showed, this end or object was achieved. Though the permission was obtained, but other difficulties cropped up. Shirdi was a village and there was scarcity of water. There were 2 wells in the village. The one in use dried up soon, and the water from the second was brackish. This brackish water was turned into sweet one by Sai Baba by throwing flowers into it. The water of this well was insufficient, so Tatya Patil had to arrange to get water from a well by fixing moats, that is the leather sacks, thereon at a considerable distance. Then temporary shops had to be constructed and wrestling bouts arranged. Gopal Rao Gund had a friend by name Damu Anna Kasar of Ahmednagar. He also was similarly unhappy in the matter of progeny, though he married 2 wives. He too was blessed by Sai Baba with sons, and Mr. Gund prevailed upon his friend to prepare and supply one simple flag for the procession of the fair. He also succeeded in inducing Mr. Nana Sahib Nimonkar to supply another embroidered flag. Both these flags were taken in procession through the village and finally fixed at the 2 ends or the corners of the Masjid, which is called by Sai Baba as Dwarkamai. This is being done even now. Now let us see the sandal procession. There was another procession which was started in this fair. This idea of sandal procession originated with one Mr. Amir Shakkar Dalal, a Mohammedan Bhakta from Koral. This procession, held in honor of great Muslim saints, sandal, that is chandan, paste and scrapings are put in the thali, that is a flat dish, and these are carried with incense burning through them in procession to the accompaniment of band and music through the village, and then after returning to the masjid, the contents of the dishes are thrown on the nimbar, that is a niche, and walls of the masjid with hands. This work was managed by Mr. Amir Shakkar for the first 3 years and then afterwards by his wife. So on, one day the 2 processions, the flags of the Hindus and that of the sandal by the Muslims, went on side by side and are still going on without any hitch. Now let us see the arrangement of this. This day was very dear and sacred to the devotees of Sai Baba. Most of them turned out on the occasion and took a leading part in the management of the fair. Tatya Koti Patil looked to all outward affairs while the internal management was entirely left to Radha Krishna Mai, a female devotee of Baba. Her residence was full of guests on the occasion and she had to look to their needs and also to arrange for all the paraphernalia of the fair. Another work which she willingly did was to wash out and clean and whitewash the entire masjid, its walls and floors, which were blackened and were full of soot on account of the ever-burning dhuni, that is the sacred fire of Sai Baba. This work she did during the night, when Sai Baba went to sleep every alternate day in the chowdi. She had to take out all the things, including even the dhuni, and after thorough cleaning and whitewashing, replace them as they were before. Feeding the poor, which was so dear to Sai Baba, was also a great item in this fair. For this purpose, cooking on a grand scale was preparing various sweet dishes was done in Radhakrishna Mai's lodging, and various rich and wealthy devotees took a leading part in this fair. Om Sai Ram, dear devotees. Now we will stop chapter 6, part 1 here and continue in the next part. Om Sai Ram. Devotees, kindly like, subscribe and comment on this channel. Om Sai Ram.